Welcome home to Eden. This is Christoph, your love life coach, and I'm going to take you through a tiny little process here to get you on your bliss path, okay? You're going to follow your bliss, and sometimes that means following your blisters, as Joseph Campbell would say, but it doesn't matter because all you're going to do is break it down right now, okay? Some of what you love is social emotional, some is physical sensual, some is intellectual spiritual, and some is sexual dynamic or creative. All right? So, for example, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have a little ritual that connects you immediately into the hormones of happiness. So, for example, my daughter, she puts on heavy metal the moment she wakes up. I'm like freaking out. It's so not my thing, but it really works for her. I need salsa music, so I bury my head in the pillows and I go for the salsa soon after. All right, we have our challenges, right? Nothing's always so perfect we get it just our way, but if we dedicate ourselves very simply to the things that we love, it could be that is all life really is about. Nothing else. Nothing else. Because what you love will connect you to everything important, including family and service and health, on and on. So when we are really, really sad, it's usually because we're disconnected from what we love most. And we feel like we can't have it, or we can't do it, or we can't be it. So imagine, say, you always wanted to learn to play basketball, and you were short, and you're a bad shot, but you love it. You love the sport. And as you go and get on a little team in your neighborhood and you're learning to dribble and shoot the basket, you're getting friends, suddenly the process of doing what you love starts to feed you, it starts to nurture you, because the reasons you really want to do it have nothing to do with outer success, they have to do with your joy. So the bliss of not only doing what you love, but getting good at it, mastering it, becoming professional, not in terms of money, but in terms of, wow, I can play this game. I can shoot the hoop and make it through that little basket thing. All right. That's a funny example, isn't it? But it works, because if life simply comes down to you doing what you love and getting better and better at it so that you go deeper into the joy of it. For me, that's music. The deeper I go, the more I receive the gift that I'm longing for in the music, which is something about unity with cosmic consciousness that flows through me when I'm singing. It's not my own. It belongs to the gods. And then I get to know the gods. That's what's really going on. And the better a singer I am, the more in tune, the more rhythmic, the happier the gods are. And I get to know their joy. Okay, that's my crazy little thing, right? But you got your crazy thing too, right? You love to go bowling. And every time you go bowling and you make the pins go down, you feel like, it's the same thing as shooting a bow and arrow. You're hitting your target. So, now, what do you do when it's like, I don't have the money, I don't have the weather is too bad, I can't get out salsa dancing. Oh my God, that was what happened to me this winter. It was so bad, and I really felt trapped. I felt like, I can't do what I love. So, let's first look at the pragmatics of it. We have to be grounded about the importance of our resources and using them for our joy. So if you have one more client a week, that means you can go bowling every week, and 2 more clients a week. Maybe that means you can save up for a vacation in the winter. Who knows, right? We have to look at it at first within our quote limits that we believe in. And as we go towards our joy, the limits start to disappear because momentum begins. At first, I'm struggling to get one place to allow me to sing, and the next thing I know, everybody's asking me, and there's tons of opportunities, and I don't even know how to choose because I'm in the flow, right? You get in the flow. But at first, you got to get yourself there, okay? And that's just going to be some grounded planning. Now, there's another little issue here, which is that where you live really does impact what's available to you. And if you're in New York City surrounded by artists, yes, that's very different than being in Hickville where they don't understand you and they don't get you. Last night I was at an open mic and there was this woman there who, two women. One was just wild, trying out her thing, just nothing was planned. She was just using the stage as her opportunity to explore. It was so cool. And if she had been in New York City, it just would have gone over in such a different way, and the other woman was really randy. Her song was just about do me this way, do me that way. Oh my God. And she was such an artist. And I was like, wow, once again, she would be so much more popular in a land that was sexier, but she's doing it anyway, and I'm doing it anyway. We're all doing it anyway, right? So when you look at the limits of where you live, one way to look at it is that it's not your fault. You are choosing where you're living, though. In Mexico, they always said the truth of what a person can or can't do is not all up to them. It has to do with the nature spirits around them and what the nature spirits are about in your town. Okay, now think about that. So I lived in a place in Mexico that was so creative. It was so full of gypsy artists and spirituality, and it had this pyramid up on the top of the mountain. And sure enough, the people would say, yeah, the nature spirits of Tepoztlan, Mexico, are very mystical. But just down the road is the town of thieves. That's where every time they let people out of the jail, they all dump them in that town. And when I would creep through the mountain passageway over to that town, I would start to freak out. I could feel the energy spirits very different in that region. Now, the other direction up the highway is Cuernavaca, one of the richest cities in the world. We have this prejudice about Mexico being so poor, but Cuernavaca is a labyrinth of mansions behind adobe walls that are the most beautiful gardens and haciendas you can possibly imagine. And the people would say it's because the nature spirits of that huge region are vain and opulent. So the moral is go where the energy is already like you want to be. We're always thinking, no, I don't, I'll be redundant. No, you'll just be in the flow. But if you can't go live there, you can visit. You can visit these other regions that will support you in the ways that you want to be, where the energy is already like that, and you will be so uplifted. You'll be like, oh my God, everything's possible. This is a different collective unconscious. See, here in New England, right here, we're in a collective unconscious that is very intellectual. It's a beautiful thing. It's very heady, and it ends up having a huge impact on the rest of the world. What happens in the East, because here, wow, people are spending deep, dark winters. The nature spirits here draw you into the depths of the cave, and for hours upon hours, days upon days, more than 6 months, often 7 months a year, you are just trapped indoors in your inner world. And that's the gift of the nature spirits. They bring you to this exploration of your psyche. But when you want to come out of the cave, you might need to leave the region a little bit. All right? Don't blame yourself. All right, love. Anything else here? Follow your bliss and follow your blisters means that what you love can be hard. And it's not about things being easy to be in your grace. It's about the grace of your joy in learning. Remember that we're here on the planet because we love to expand our consciousness, expand our being. So we want the edge of difficulty. We want to be challenged. So when you're doing what you love and it's difficult, that's part of your bliss. The blisters are part of your bliss. And then you get through the blisters, you get better at what you love, and the whole nother level of joy comes. You think you might be bored when you get really good at what you love. No, you will love it. You will love it. You're like, oh my God, there's so much more to explore here. Then at a certain point, when you have explored all the different levels of what you love and you become a master of this new realm, yes, you'll probably be done, and you'll want to do something that you're not even good at. You will long for the thing that is the most ridiculous, the least likely, the least practical, because it's the edge of your expansion into your more of you. Okay, I hope that wasn't too much. Simplify it down. Life is simply about finding what you love and just doing that. So in those realms, so for me, it's like I like to drink water, but I can't unless I put lemon in it and make it a little warm. I love to dance, but I don't do it unless I put the music on or get myself out somewhere. I love to sing, but I don't unless I just put on Aretha Franklin or some amazing singer that makes me suddenly dynamically moved. You got to take those little movements and make a commitment to simply do what you love to do. You simply do it. That's the movement body. You can't think about what you love. You need to be inside it. You are an artist. The moment you pick up the brush and are painting, even if whatever you're doing is crap, the fact that you're doing it makes you an artist. If you have all the skill in the world as an artist, but you don't do it, you're not one. Like me, I was born with some ability to draw and paint that's crazy. I can just draw anything from any angle, but I don't do it. I don't. I think there's some part of me that just feels like it's too easy. It doesn't make me grow enough right now. And so I am not an artist because I'm not doing it. But I am a singer, even though I'm just learning about music. The realm of music is so vast, but because I'm doing it, I'm a singer. That's what you need to do. If you are a nature lover because you go out and you gaze at the sun. So here's another tip for you. Go to Ralph Smart. His channel, Infinite Waters, is the most wonderful, uplifting show I have ever found. And I want you to go there and look at his thing about wealth and money and many of his other shows. And he got me sun gazing. Sun gazing is just like, I've been sun gazing for a couple of years. I just go out and I just stare at the sun, but I started to understand it differently through him. You want to feel like a millionaire. You want to feel like your whole life is opening into bliss. Look at the sun. Let it fill you with complete radiance. Let it give you that a spark where your pineal gland opens up, okay? Thanks for being here still. This is a long video. Follow what you love. Do what you love. It's that simple. You come as an offering to yourself in this life, and your love of you is all you need to do. That's it. Nothing more. Okay. Much love. Love life, darling. Okay.